It's great to see children singing and enjoying themselves, and there'll be more fun to be had and good to be done later this month when once again Children in Need hits our screens. Each year, your generosity raises millions for children and their families all over the UK. We went to Gloucester to meet a family who benefits from one charity that's supported by the money you donate. Ellie has Dravet syndrome, a severe form of epilepsy. Her dad Simon gave up his job to look after her. For Simon, a former administrator, coming to terms with his daughter's disability has changed his life. While his wife goes out to work during the day, Simon stays at home studying towards becoming a priest and caring for Ellie.
She started having these funny episodes that we then discovered were seizures. We ended up going down to Bristol Children's Hospital and she ended up staying there for about 3 months. I think that time and the time that I have with Ellie at home, that's a real sort of foundation to my faith and to my spirituality, because it gives me the space and the time to sort of think and reflect and to explore silence, because Ellie doesn't communicate. She can't speak. She's very still and very peaceful. Today is a good example of how Ellie can be, because she's not been very well. She's had temperatures, and whenever she has a temperature, she will slip into having seizures and become very unstable.
Older sister Sophie has a very special bond with Ellie.
I like reading her stories, and I like trying to get her to react with toys and stuff.
She absolutely dotes on Ellie. She sort of loves her to bits.
No, said the 3 little pigs. The wolf huffed and puffed, but he could not blow the brick house down. Do you want me to read it again now? Yeah. She
often writes her cards and notes, especially if she's been in hospital. But yeah, they do have a very good relationship.
Did you like that story now?
Thankfully, Ellie's family doesn't have to cope alone. The James Hopkins Trust is a Gloucestershire-based charity supporting life-limited, life-threatened and severely disabled children. A recent grant from Children in Need has helped them to provide more overnight respite care. Ellie was too poorly to travel on the day that we filmed.
She gets support from the James Hopkins Trust for 4 hours each week, and then for the overnight care we try and get something booked in every few months, so sort of one night every few months. And there's so many families that need support that it's hard to have that support more frequently than that. So we can't really do these things. This means we can actually give Sophie a sort of a exciting day out that she wouldn't have had otherwise.
Simon's faith continues to develop as he studies and helps to care for Ellie.
Hopefully I'll be able to bring that experience into ministry, into the way I can hopefully sort of connect with other people and their situations. It can be very isolating being in the situation as we are, so having the overnight care, that's hugely important because we can sleep because Ellie's being looked after and we don't need to worry about trying to settle her.
If she went more times, then I think we wouldn't be as stressed as we sometimes are when she's ill.
You can help Children in Need support more young people like Ellie and their families by texting SONG to 70705. Texts will cost £5 plus your standard network messaging charge, and the whole £5 will go to BBC Children in Need. You must be 16 or over and please ask the bill payer's permission. For full terms and conditions and more information, visit bbc.co.uk/Pudsey.
Listen together. My hope is built. My hope is built on nothing less than Jesus' blood and righteousness. I did not trust the sweetest frame, but only trust in Jesus' name. Christ alone. Christ alone.
trumpet sound.
When he shall come with trumpet sound. Oh, may I then in him be found. Blessed in his righteousness alone. For let's stand before the throne. For let's stand before the throne. Christ the Lord, cornerstone, be made strong in the Savior's love. Through the storm, He is Lord,
As a singer, I've had the privilege of performing in some pretty spectacular settings, and sometimes to very important people. But I can only dream of what it would be like to sing regularly for the Pope himself. Well, for one young man from London, that dream has come true. Mark Spiropoulos is the first full-time British member of the oldest choir in the world, the Sistine Chapel Choir.
The Sistine Chapel is absolutely the most beautiful artificial thing in the world, as far as I'm concerned. And the music that we sing there was written for that building, for that acoustic, while the frescoes of Michelangelo were still wet. And to sing in there is an amazing privilege.
Mark first came to Rome to audition for opera houses, but made contact with the maestro of the choir and was soon thrown in at the deep end.
He opened the door and he said, well, there's the choir, go and join the bass section. And then he said, okay, well, we'll give you a 4-month contract, see how you do.
The choir has just completed an album recorded over 7 nights in the Sistine Chapel itself, but their music is not restricted to just one magnificent setting.
We are not the Vatican choir, but the Pope's choir, and therefore we actually mainly sing in the Basilica, under that dome. That's where we sing. And
Wow.
We've just designed new choir stalls. We actually took as the basis of that design the choir stalls at Westminster Abbey. So it's a bit of Westminster Abbey in St. Peter's.
What is the difference here? What's the difference of approach to the music?
Because Italian is so closely linked to Latin, it's a modern form of Latin, and they sing very naturally with a great sense of feeling. British choirs, when they're singing Gregorian, can sometimes be quite block. It can be credo in unum Deum, but here it would be credo in unum Deum, patem omnipotentem, credo in unum Deum.
Lezioni frasi.
There are some great English choirs that do Gregorian very well, but here it just comes so naturally to them.
When you're singing, people are praying, people are worshipping. Do you ever feel a responsibility, not just as a singer, to the music, but to the worshippers as well?
Absolutely. It's our job to inspire. It's our job to move people. It's our job to show you what theology sounds like. The beauty of the church's message is expressed through its art and it's expressed through its music.
That rich European choral tradition is still a source of inspiration today. This next piece was written by well-known Scottish composer James Macmillan in 2007 and is sung for us by Cappella Ceciliana.